Hey guys, Danger Mouse here, and you join me on Thursday. It is January 16th. We are about 2 days after the official Empires and Puzzles community forum post on the upcoming Path of Valor sort of extra content. So what I'm planning on doing here is going over all of the notes that are available to us and kind of breaking it down, discussing it, and maybe giving some conjecture and some guesswork on what I think is going to be coming down the line. So for those of you guys that don't know, there is a patch out. I already have the patch. I'm not sure if it's released to all platforms, but I know a lot of people have gotten it. You'll know if you get it or if the game automatically updated if the snow is gone. So we're back to our green little town here. Really, internally, as far as the patch goes, other than the Path of Valor, I think there's a couple small bug fixes. One thing they did add was the ability to sort your heroes by origin. So, and looking like this is the first I've actually messed with it. So it looks like Atlantis. These are all Atlantis heroes, down to Gato. And then, so it looks like it's sorting it kind of by event, right? So, yeah, we've got Grim Forest heroes, Guardians. What's Gwen's? What's the name of it? Somebody tell me. Anyway, whatever the name is. Wonderland, Christmas heroes, and then it kind of goes from there, right? So the one that I'm really kind of excited about, I'll show you why. So I'm going to sort this by power. This probably shouldn't bug me as much as it does, but it does. So let me disband my Purple Titan team for a second. So if you sort it by power, obviously that's what it does. It takes the raw number of the hero and it sorts it ascending. This right here bugs the shit out of me. That Danzaburo is ahead, as a 4-star, is ahead of Leonidas, who is a 3-star. Don't know why, but it just bugs the shit out of me. So now we can sort by rarity. And that solves that problem altogether. So now our 5-star heroes are all at the top, regardless of their power. And then it bleeds into 4-star heroes, starting with regard there, and so on and so forth. Pretty cool addition. Past that, I don't think there is really anything to speak of in-game yet. Obviously, when they activate the event, we'll have a lot more to talk about. So, that being said, let's flip over to the forum. So this is the post. I was kind of skimming through it before the video started. It was posted 2 days ago by Zephyr1, who is one of the moderators over at the forums. Well, the original post started in October of last year when they first started talking about it. I suppose the last major update with information on the last version of the beta was loaded about a couple days ago. So yeah, Path of Valor. So it's a new type of game event, completely different than any of the existing ones. So it is not a staged base event. It's not a challenge event or a seasonal event. It's completely different. It's its own thing. It is going to be a 50-day event. And as I understand it, each day that we log in, we will have a couple different daily challenges presented to us. They could be just a whole bunch of random things to do kind of daily in game to count toward these rewards that we're going to talk about. And to me, it's kind of just a little bit of extra loot for things that we're doing anyway. I'm happy that they're bringing something like this in. Really, I'm happy for any new content for the game because let's face it, it's, you know, those of us have been playing a couple years. I mean, it gets stale, right? So this should be something to look forward to, which I'm grateful for. Um, let's see. So 2 sets of rewards. So as I understand it, there are going to be 2 tiers of rewards, kind of like when you're in a challenge event and you're competing for epic and for legendary, and there's 2 completely separate sets of rewards. Kind of like that. The free tier is obviously free. And then there's a premium tier, which is going to cost some money up front. Excuse me. As I understand it, it's going to be kind of like the VIP pass. It's going to be kind of like a one-time purchase, which is going to cover you for the entirety of the event. There is not any indication of how much that pass is going to cost. In beta, as you can see there, kind of in the middle of the screen, in beta, the pass was set to free. So we don't know. We don't know if it'll just be a couple bucks, $5. Who knows? The Valor Pass includes, at least in beta, 300 gems and 1 epic hero token. And you can see, as they've edited this post and things have changed, and they've updated it as beta has developed. So let's back up a little bit. Daily challenges are set to change every 2 hours instead of daily for beta testing. Looks like they're just going to be once a day once they finally release it. Here's some examples of the daily challenges that I think they are, or at least something similar to this that they're seeing in beta right now. So one of your challenges might be level up 5 different heroes, use 5 antidotes in battle, and be victorious in 10 raids. And once you accomplish all 3 of those things, you will get X number of points or whatever the reward is toward your daily rewards, right? So we should have a couple of these active each day, and it's just going to be all kinds of randomness that we have to do in the game. Find 30 recruits, craft 50 battle items. Shit, you could just do, 50 minor healing potions and be done. Hunt 15 ducks flying over your base. I didn't know they were ducks, but apparently they are. Craft 50 battle items. Raids, defeat 10 elite enemies, which is probably the map stages with the swords, where all the enemies have mana and can attack with special skills. I imagine that's what they mean by that. Collect crafting materials, defeat 5 boss enemies. So nothing, stuff we do anyway, if we are actively playing the game, which I think is kind of the point. Let's see. 8 Valor challenges active at once. That's probably just for beta. Valor challenges from beta. Is that different than... Let's back up here. Daily challenges. So there's daily challenges, and apparently there's Valor challenges, which are active for the entire duration of the Path of Valor, which is 50 days. So I guess in addition to the daily, the daily stuff that we're doing, there's going to be an overarching challenge tier to go down. Completing 1 Valor challenge will reveal the next tier of that challenge. So some examples will be ascend 5 heroes to rank 2, summon 1 hero, which is where those 10 tokens come in that we've been hoarding. So summon 1 troop, 5 troops, 20 troops, kill 5 heroes in a war, complete a challenge event, win 2 raids with at least 1 barbarian in your team. Maybe the second tier would be win 5 raids with at least 2 in your team. Defeat 5 titans of 2 stars or higher. It kind of goes on and on. Valor Path rewards. So here's the good stuff, right? So people who purchase Valor Pass get both the premium and the free rewards. People who don't purchase get only the free rewards. So there's 50 milestones listed here. I don't know if this is related to the Valor challenges or the daily challenges. Don't know. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But at any rate, the reward structure is listed here. So, yeah, obviously it starts out small. You get a summon token, some food, epic trick token. This is the premium tier here. You can kind of see on the left-hand side, and the free tiers on the right-hand side. Now, obviously, the premium tier has a lot better loot for the same amount of work, presumably. I guess that's to be expected. There's probably going to be two ways of thinking about it, I guess. There's going to be folks that, they play the game for fun anyhow. They're not necessarily worried about making it to the top, so any extra loot is good. So they're going to be happy with whatever they get, and there's obviously folks who are going to feel like this is just kind of a further wedge being driven between the folks that are cheap or free to play and the folks that will spend ridiculous amounts of money on this game. Although, hopefully, like I said, it's kind of like a VIP thing, and if it's a couple bucks, sure, $2-3, even maybe $5, throw them a little bit of money for, giving us some new content. I don't think it's outrageous. If it's stupid expensive, $10, $15, $20, then, I'd probably feel differently about it. But we'll see. I guess it just all comes down to how much it costs. So relics. Relics can be earned as rewards from the Path of Valor. Relics are consumable items used from your inventory, and once activated, affect the loot you receive from completing map stages for the next 24 hours, or increase the battle items you can carry to battle for the next 24 hours. So, excuse me, kind of like Atlantis Rises, how it increases the amount of loot that you get at the end by, I think it's 50%. Similar to that. The battle items thing, it's not going to, as I understand, it's not going to allow you to carry extra items. You can just carry more of the 4 items that you're allowed to carry in to begin with. Which, I've got a couple of thoughts on that and we'll talk about. So the Harvester Relic, it is 50%, lasts a full day. So any resources, food, iron items, and recruits gained from completing Season 1 are increased by 50%. Only one relic can be active at a time. It can be received as a reward from the Path of Valor. Iron Harvester increases the amount of iron gained from completing Season 1 maps by 50%. Not as good as the top Harvester, but I imagine probably more common. Item Harvester, so it looks like iron, item, food, and recruit all just boost those individual things, and then the top one boosts all 4. I imagine, like I said, the top one's harder to get. Bag of Holding Relic. So instead of 5, well, not even 5, because sometimes, like the Miracle Scroll, you can only take 1 into battle. It increases the amount of each item you can carry by 2. It does not add any additional item slots. I don't like necessarily this because I feel like it's going to be harder to rank in challenge events. Generally, the folks who are placing in the top of challenge events, number one, are replaying these maps over and over and over again to get the right board. But on top of that, they are burning crazy amounts of high-value battle items, tornadoes, time stops, super mana pots. Probably now with the Titan parts, they're probably burning even some of the 5-star battle items. I think that's going to make it even harder. So instead of 5 tornadoes, you're going to be bringing in 7, etc. So I don't know how I feel about that. It's a cool idea if it's something that they give everybody, I guess. I don't know. I don't want another unfair advantage, especially in the challenge events when, you can get some decent loot for sure if you place. I just don't want it to be any harder on the cheap and free to play guys and gals. So, not sure how I feel about that. I guess we'll have to see. Resource bundles, basically just a pack. 10,000 food, iron, 50,000, 100,000, 250,000. or 500,000, depending on which type of bundle it is. And that's pretty much what we've got. So there's a lot of feedback. I've read through some of this. Some of the folks share my concern about the challenge items. We're not sure. There's a lot of concern out. They think that it's going to be active pretty quickly. So I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. But that's what we've got right now to go on. So it's going to be a separate event, 50 days long, all kinds of daily challenges and Valor challenges to complete. A lot of the stuff that we're doing anyway. Like I said, VIP pass type scenario for the extra loot tier. Remains to be seen how much that costs. So, I'm kind of, glass half full kind of guy. Let's wait and see. I hope it's a good thing. I hope it helps keep folks engaged in the game and gives them a reason to burn the world energy. I know there's been days where I log in and, I think I got, 22 right now. I come into 48 in the morning and I'm just like, unless there's a quest or a challenge event or something to spend it on, I'm just not trying to farm the map again. So, for folks like me, definitely extra incentive to get out there and get the farming done. So we'll have to see. That's my 2 cents on it. And like I said, if you want to go over to the forums and read all the comments and responses, the moderators have done a lot of Q&A as much as they can. So pop on over there and take a peek if you get some time. And that's what I got. We'll see you guys.